Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Rebecca came back to the front with her plate of chicken salad sandwich and went and sat in one of the booths in her section. And as she prepared to eat her sandwich, Bud has a flashback of her and Liam talking back at her place. Look, what I said about not being Liam, it's fine, really. I am not holding you back. You should take this opportunity to follow what you've been destined to. At what cost? Losing you? And as the flashback ends, with Liam came to where she is and sat with her and she saw. What are you doing here? I've already told you we're done. I have nothing more left to say to you. But I do. Rebecca, you've been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Please spare me of whatever you're gonna say. You're leaving, yeah? So why don't you do solid and go? Not at the cost of losing you. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Karen, Lucy, and Rita came in, with Rita closing the door. I cannot believe what the hospital did. I mean, what the hell did you think they're playing at? You and Dad had enough insurance to cover what I know. That is why your father and I are appealing this. I assure you both, Brody will come back to the hospital from that clinic. In the meantime, why don't we focus on you, Mom, getting married to our dad again? That's why we're here. Yes, your father means the world to me, and you girls being here makes my wedding feels more special. Meanwhile, in David's car, who's on the way to the Grand Baptist Church, with David driving and Michelle in the passenger side, let's get to them talking. You certain you want to do this? Don't back out on me now. We have enough proof that Kristen and Angela have known that Michael was our son for months. I'm not certain Kristen's at fault. True, even though she isn't, she learned this information and did nothing for the matter. Meanwhile, at the Leaving Book Cafe in the office, Maria's finished counting the safe. And as she closed it, just as Gloria came in and closed the door and head to the PC and arrived and typed the count on the computer, just as Maria came to where Gloria is and arrived and she saw, how was your day? Going smooth. Thing is, I can't help but wonder, is this about? Not only that, I fear another war might be set in motion if this comes out. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Kristen and Michael's apartment in the living room, Kristen's sitting on the couch on her laptop. And as she has a flashback of Nate making sweet love to Kristen. And as the flashback ends with someone knocking on her door. Great. And as she put the laptop aside and got up and head to the door and arrived and got it. And it's Angela who saw. I got your text. And as Angela came in with Kristen closing the door. And as she and Angela head to the living room and arrived and turned and faced each other. Is your husband by any chance here? No, he's at work at the diner. Oi, don't worry. How can I when Michelle and David's out to get us? Not gonna happen. Meanwhile, outside the Golden Gate restaurant, Nate came out of it and began heading down the street and soon arrived at his car. Just as Adam got the car that's behind his car and came to where Nate is. And he saw him just as he arrived. Oi, how the hell can you live with yourself? I am not doing whatever this is. Actually, you are. And you're not going anywhere at all. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Rebecca and Liam are talking. Liam, you know I love you. Then why don't you come with me? Or at least till I get settled down. I don't know. The diner needs me. Really? Because from what I see, there's plenty of workers are here. Like Kristen, Jennifer, Michael, not to mention I get it. Then come on. I leave today, and I want to take you with me. So, what do you say? Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Karen, Lucy, and Rita are talking. Well, this time around, it will be epic since the media plans to be yes. Being the most powerful couple in Los Angeles can be quite overwhelming and nervous to say the least. If you mean by the Collins' unexpected arrival, there's enough security uniforms to make this place look like a fortress. Point of the matter is, as long as they're here, they can't even touch you. And as Taya came in, and Karen, Lucy, and Rita saw, I hope I'm not too late for this. Of course not. Everything is running smooth to plan. Lucy, Rita, can you go check if there's anything needs to be done? I need a moment for my best mate. Sure thing. And as Lucy and Rita went, I left the room, with Lucy closing the door. Meanwhile, in David's car, which is still on the way to the Grand Baptist Church, with David driving and Michelle in the passenger seat. Let's get to them talking. You do know this is gonna cause a lot of drama and chaos in the process. Look, I don't want to do this as much as you do, but the fact is, we have been torn apart from our son for too damn long, and it's going to end today. Angela and Kristen isn't gonna get away with this. You're right. Once we get there, we'll find Vince and Michael and reveal the truth. Everybody is going to know this. And as they arrived and went and parked their car, and as they both got out and closed the door, and as Michelle looked at David, then I'm gonna press charges on the both of them and get them sent down and strip them of everything of what they worth. Meanwhile, at the Leaving Book Cafe in the office, Maria and Gloria are talking. What do you mean by that? Well, as you know, a lot has happened this year. You mean the whole affair with Angela and Nate, and Kristen and Nate and all? Yeah, it is really not gonna be pretty at all once this is revealed to the world. You're right, it won't be. Speaking of which, is your husband gonna be in attendance at this wedding today? Why yeah, Karen did invite both of us, but mostly she invited him, but since I'm his wife, she figured why not. Kristen and Nate are still seeing each other. We both know it, and I'm afraid if this gets out, your husband might kill your brother in the process. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Kristen and Michael's apartment in the living room, Kristen and Angela are talking. How can you be so certain? I trust you with my son, didn't I? Yeah, only thing is, he isn't. Based on what? Some information my sister says, which I still think was doctored up, which is the reason I don't buy it for a mere damn second. What I don't get is how Isabella and Helen managed to uncover Michael's paternity in the first place. The point of the matter is, we gotta stop them from revealing the truth. How's that? Come on, we gotta go to the church before it's too late. And as Angela and Kristen both got up, where Kristen went and got a purse along with her iPhone. And as her and Angela head out, with Kristen closing the door, and as she turned and faced Angela in the hallway, I'll tell you what to do. When we get there, most importantly, nobody is gonna find out what we did. And as Kristen thinking, let's hope so. Meanwhile, outside by Nate's car, which is down the street from the Golden Gate restaurant, Nate and Adam are talking. You really think you can stop me? Yeah, I am. The game is up for you and Angela. Yeah, I know everything about the affair. Yeah, so you think. So I know. As we speak, I'm not the only one. Michelle and David are on their way to the church with the proof to take you down. Why is it that you care so much? The fact of the matter is, you have known Angela would use the hospital to pass the person as her own. Dude, don't you get it? All I did is help her keep it safe from people like you. People like me. Right. Well then, people like me is gonna be the reason to why your reign is coming to an end. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner in the dining room area, Liam is waiting in the booth till Becca came back to where he is, and he saw and got up and faced her. Well, here's the deal. My boss and his wife are allowing me to go with you to help you get settled in for at least a couple of weeks. That's it. Then I'm coming back here. That's all I need. I am warning you. If this in any way is some sort of ulterior motive for me to take you back, then we're done for good, including our friendship with the matter. Relax. This isn't some scheme to get back together with you. I cannot believe you're gonna be on As the Days Turn. That's been the longest soap opera in the world, and I have you to thank for. That is one of the reasons to why I want you to come with me to see what I'm doing. Then why the hell are we standing here in this diner? I'm gonna have the jet ready when we finish packing. Sounds game to me. And as Becca and Liam turned and went and left the diner holding hands. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the hallway, Lucy and Rita are talking, and as Rita sensed something wrong for sister. Something's on your mind, and don't tell me otherwise. I know you quite well, better than you know yourself. Do you remember that night of our parents' engagement party when Isabella and Angela were kicking off of her cheating on her brother? You really think it's true? Of course I do. Because when I saw her at the diner a few days ago, she kinda gave herself away when I came to her. You know what? I think it's high time I find out whether Angela is worth being with our brother. How? Well, I just know the perfect person to call. Meanwhile, in the women's dressing room, Taya and Karen are talking. Not to worry. We are fully getting this appeal going. And once it goes through, I'm gonna do more than that. There's no point asking Pete to change this. He is very stubborn as they come. That's the reason why we go over his head. And with you and your family by my side and all, not to mention the biggest contributors of all, we'll have Brody back in our hospital in no time. Thank you. Anyways, I am looking forward to marrying Bradley. He's been so wonderful to me and my kids. Well, it just seems like yesterday I met the most amazing man. He is amazing, and I'm truly happy for you guys. 40th anniversary. Yeah, to think that we lasted this long. I'm certain this wedding will be the history in the making. Meanwhile, in the courtyard, Michelle's on her iPhone calling police. Yes, I have it all here. Not to worry. Only few of us know this information. Alright. And as she hung up, just as David came to Michelle, and she saw no sign of them. Why don't we head in? And as they both head down the hallway and went in the church towards the recreation room and arrived and went in and saw all displayed would appear to be Karen and Bradley's wedding reception. Damn, really looks amazing in here. Those two must have really went out for this. Let's not lose our focus here. We have two people that need to be taken down. You're right. We have to expose Kristen and Angela for their crimes. Yes, and get our son back. I cannot believe it. After nearly 20 years of don't remind me. I'm gonna go check out the ceremony. And as David turned and went and head out, and it's Michelle thinking, Angela, Kristen, you two are finally gonna go down, and there's nothing both of you can do to stop us. Suddenly, Michelle is knocked out by a clatter, and as she falls to the floor, and the person who did it is revealed to be Kristen. Honey, what's going on? I thought as David came in and saw what's going on, and Kristen saw. What the hell do you think? And as Kristen took out a gun and aimed it at David, just as he raised his hands. Get down. Now! And as David slowly got down on his knees, just in time for him to be knocked out from Angela from behind with a plate. And as Kristen saw what happened, and the same with Angela. That was way too easy. Good thing we know good transportation, since we're Grams and all. So, what's next? Easy. Making certain these two lot don't expose us at all. Meanwhile, at the Leaving Boat Cafe in the office, Maria and Gloria are talking. Let's just hope for your sake and everybody else that my husband doesn't find out that his sister is still sleeping with Nate. I'm sure he won't, but then again, news like this travels so fast, even though we're in the big city. Against I know. Anyways, Bobby is closing shop, so yeah, maybe we should go. And as a woman knocked on the door, come in. And as the woman came in, and Gloria and Maria saw, Jeff Graham and Justin Collins are here. You did instruct me to inform you if they were coming. Yeah, we did. Thank you so much, Pamela. Tell them we'll be out in a minute. And as Pamela turned and went, I left the office. Let's get to Gloria and Maria talking again. By the way, is Scott also in town? Only for the wedding. Meanwhile, outside, down the street by Nate's car, Nate and Adam are talking. My reign will end. Have you even heard yourself of what that sounds like? I'll give you a hint. It's like villains versus heroes, with the villains losing. And when I mean villains, I mean the Collins for the matter. You said it, not me. What is your goal here? None of this in any matter concerns you wrong. They're my family. Of course, you never give a damn for the matter, as long as you sleep with every single woman on the planet. Well, after this is revealed, you're gonna wish you never met a Graham at all. Do whatever you have to. Fine, I will. By the way, you should never underestimate a Cullen at all. You think my parents is ruthless? That's nothing compared to us children. Well then, I'll see you at the wedding. But make no mistake, mate. Everybody is gonna know this in the end. And as Adam turned and walked away towards his car and got in, and soon drove away. And as Nate went and got in his car and closed the door, and has a flashback of him making love to Angela. And as the flashback ends, I don't give a damn what you said, Adam. No way I regret what I've done. But if you think you can just go play hero at my expense, you have no idea of what rude awakening is coming your way.